Yesterday we went over the process of completing the square. So we left off where we have, and this is just an example, something like this. Let me change the number just because I want to show you something. So I'm gonna choose 12 instead. So let's say that this is what you have, right? From completing the square. So in order for me to solve for the zeros or the x-intercepts, again, we're trying to solve for the zeros or x-intercept is the same thing. I need to take what I have, again, where we left off yesterday, and I need to get rid of the power of 2. So the opposite of a power of 2, and maybe you guys remember from previous lessons, the opposite of a power of 2 is the square root. So that means I'm going to take the square root of both sides. That's going to cancel the power of 2. And now I have x plus 4 equals to the square root of 12. However, when we take the square root of 12, we must have a plus or a minus, because we're going to have a positive answer and a negative answer, which means we're going to end up with 2 answers, okay? So then finally, my last step is to get rid of this 4. Again, I'm trying to solve for x, so I'm going to do the opposite, which is subtract 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. X is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 12. Now, I want to separate my answers. Sometimes you're going to see the plus or minus. It means that we have 2 answers. However, we're going to separate them just so that you guys understand what's going on. We're going to have a negative 4 plus the square root of 12 and a negative 4 minus the square root of 12. Now, let's get the square root of 12. Sometimes you're going to see your answer like this, but we're going to keep going because you might have it as a decimal as well. So let me get the square root of 12. I know it's going to be a decimal. So that you just do it in the calculator. So let me do that really quick on my calculator. Square root of 12 is 3.46. So I have negative 4 plus 3.46 and negative 4 minus 3.46. Let me just find it. Negative 4 plus 3.46, that would be negative 0.54. That's one of my zeros or x-intercepts. The other one is going to be negative 4567.46. There you go. So my zeros are these 2 right here. Go ahead and try it out in your worksheet from today, the one that we were working on yesterday, so that you guys can find the zeros for all of them. Go ahead and square your answer once you get it to look like this, but then also solve it with decimals because you might see it both ways, okay? So square or box your answer when it has the square root, like I said, the one that looks like this, and then circle the final answer with the decimal. Sometimes you're not going to get decimal. That's something that I should point out. But sometimes you will, okay? So go ahead and try it out.